Yo.
Hello.
Word up.
Hello.
Word.
Right, wasn't it? See, no sad songs. It was all good.
I mean, you say no sad songs.
We're getting there, though.
We're getting there slowly. Like, me and Nando almost had to have like a really, really long distance hug. It was that sad.
Oh, dear. It's a little bit sad. No, we've got a lovely video to watch later that's not been made by me. So if there's any sad songs in that, it's not my fault.
He changed the music in it, though. The music was really, really happy, and his director note was like, "Go Sadie or Elton John with this."
No, it's not Elton John either. So the video that will be shown shortly is from Jay and James. And they've very kindly done it. So we will show that. How is everybody?
We're good. I'm good.
I'm really good.
Yeah, good. Chris, thumbs up. That's all right then.
Yeah. Already, one Annalise agrees with me.
One Annalise, why? What she said?
Italian food is second rate.
Listen, we're going to start.
Here we go. We're off.
Right, I'm going to say it straight, because in the back room, the first thing you started was giving me a bit of jit. English, they don't know how to cook. The French, okay, you got the baguettes and things like that. I'll give you that. The Italian have it an all-rounder.
Italian, okay. No, all-rounder means pizza.
I was just about to say, yeah, an all-rounder.
Ham and pineapple pizza.
Yeah.
Mate, I tell you what, this is going to be a very short show, because I can see me like heading off very quickly.
Let's just do a quick poll just to get everybody on board. Nando earlier was saying that chips can improve a carbonara, and I really, really agree that they can add flavour to a carbonara.
This ain't going well, is it, boys?
Is it bad being Italian and being named after a Portuguese restaurant?
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
Do you know, I love the fact that this segment today is called cyberbullying. Jesus, I'm feeling it at the moment.
Yeah, but your people have been food bullying people for years, making us eat it. So.
Even your wife's got in on the old hand gesture, mate, with the comments. Look,
I tell you what, I've noticed a trend with you and my wife, Rob.
Go on.
Right? Every time you call me, you stir up stuff, and then she pipes up in the background. And to make it even worse, my 11-year-old son joins in as well.
Your 11-year-old son loves me. He called you a meatball the other day. Called me his G and called Nando a meatball.
Coming from school the other day, he didn't say hello, Dad, or anything. It was like, who's that? I was like, it's Big Rob. All right, Rob, my G, my mate, my dude. I was like, why do you talk to me like that? And he was like, because you're just a meatball.
Wouldn't it be, are you meant a Swedish one as well? Because the Italians can't make meatballs. He stole that recipe from the French.
We stole the meatballs from the French.
The balls de piccola came before the Italian meatballs, my friend. Balls de piccola came first.
And I bet the Italian meatballs are better than what the French produced originally.
I mean, depends on your definition of better. Do you want flavour or made out of rusty Italians?
Oh wow!
Anyway,
this cyberbullying's going really bad in our own chat at the moment. It's like,
anyway,
is this a European show, love?
So I think what we'll start off with the video from Jay and James, because that will set up for our next guest, who is going to come on screen. He has said we can say it's Nando's son, but he doesn't want to have his face showing, so he's going to turn the camera off, but he's going to come on. I'm going to ask him the questions because I've already sent him the questions, which he's looked at, and then we'll listen to his story. But again, it's quite quite shit, bless him. So we'll start with the video from Jay and James, and then we go straight in.
Can I just add, Rob, with Gino doing this, I will be honest with everyone. When we approached him over the weekend about it, he was a no.
Yeah.
And Rob rang me yesterday, and he was still a no, wasn't he?
He was, yes.
And it took a little bit of convincing. So, you know, I don't want to sound like an idiot, but if there's any keyboard warriors like we experienced last week, please be mindful. This is my son now, and it takes a lot for him to talk. He's not like my other son, Rocco. He withholds a lot of stuff. So let's just be kind, very kind.
All right.
Yeah.
That being said, we'll start off with the video. Jay and James, and then we get Gino on.
Cool.
Yeah, and apologies for the sad music. It's not me.
We know you added it.
I didn't. Jay and James will back me up on this one.
I started calling you.
Daddy's little princess, yeah?
What, dirty, yeah?
Let's go.
Have you heard from Bex? No. I think you should call her. Happy birthday, made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen.
Bex, I made you a cup of tea, darling. My head. What a night, eh? Bex? 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 Bex?
Wow.
Hmm.
That really sums it up. So thank you very much to Jay and James for sending that in. Without a shadow of doubt, the minute they contacted me, I was going to put it on the show because it was. I watched it last night. I was like, that's what we need. And it's I've done some research today, and some of the figures that I found out, I was just like, what the hell? It's like 27% of children aged 8 to 15 have experienced cyberbullying via social media. That's rather a lot. 74% of parents in the UK have identified classmates as the bullies that are doing it all. So, and yeah, there's lots. We'll go through some more in a minute. But if you want to bring on Gino Nando, and then
Gino, come on.
it's his time to shine.
What?
Take that off. You're going to come and sit here. Come sit here. He's decided that he's going to show his face.
Yeah, but I don't
Oh, wow.
Take your
Good
head.
man.
Good man.
All right. You're going to say hello to everyone. I'll tell you who everyone is. There we go.
Gino.
You know
Hey,
who's Rob.
Gino!
Oh, and that's Chris.
I can't really see them.
Oh, do you want me to bring it closer? Is that better for you?
Can you zoom in?
No. Just leave it like that. So there. Say hello to everyone.
Hi.
You all right, mate?
As you can tell, he's a little bit nervous because he's never done anything like this. So...
Don't be nervous, mate. I'll translate fluent into Italian for you and everything. I'm a master at it.
Okay. But yeah, so yeah, this is Gino, everyone. This is my middle child. How old are you now?
13.
13, going on 18. There's people saying hello to you in the comments.
You're getting a lot of love, Gino.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, like we said, Rob's going to ask you the questions, and you just answer them the best way you can, like you were doing today. So yeah, do you want to start the questions,
Right.
Rob?
No worries. Okay, so Gino, what does being kind and respectful online mean to you?
Like
Talk up.
I know, like I don't know, like being kind.
Using the right words.
Yeah, using the right words and stuff.
Okay. Cool. Have you ever seen someone being mean to another person on the internet or on social media?
Yeah, multiple times. Just a lot of times.
What kind of things have you seen? Because you've told me.
What?
Just say what you've seen online.
I've seen people call people fat, like insulting, like the family members, insult them alone. Like, racial, homophobic, loads of other like insults.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. Do you know what cyberbullying is? Can you give an example of what you think it might look like?
What's cyberbullying?
It's pretty much where you get bullied online. Like, let's say, like, you call someone fat, or you're like, call someone a bitch, or.
What's the language there?
Leave them alone.
But yeah, it's the way you're treating people online, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is it just in one place, or is it on games as well when you're playing games?
On games and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you think cyberbullying can hurt someone's feelings?
Like, can make them sad, frustrated, stressed, angry, can make them feel like bad for what they look like, or like why they are, I guess. Like, I don't know, like why they, like say they have like a disability. They like wonder why they had that. Like, why do people make fun of them like that?
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
Oh.
What do you think you can do if you see someone being bullied online? What personally can you do?
Tell them to talk to someone about it. Like, they don't really want to like tell like a teacher if they're like getting bullied. Like over text, you can tell like your parents, or like what is the thing though? If they don't have parents, that like.
Well, family members,
carers,
people that they can trust.
Yeah, people they can trust.
Is there anything you can do to help someone if you think
tell someone about what people have done to them?
Good boy.
No worries. Have you heard someone saying something mean about someone's race or colour, and how did it make you feel?
Yeah.
And who?
Me.
Yeah, tell them about what happened. Take your time. Take your time.
In like year 7, I used to like be picked on because of my like mixed racial background. Because I'm part Asian because of my mum. I look more Asian than anything. So I used to be called chink when I used to be called chink.
He's going to use some words, but these are words that he has had to experience
I've
from
been
other
like,
children.
Chink, rice picker, dog eater, cat eater. What's else? Like
What about when you went to the zoo?
squinted eyes. Oh yeah, and when we had to go on a school trip, I was called a monkey multiple times for my race.
And then they started on your mum as well.
And they started on my mum, calling her a packy and stuff.
Wow. Nice one, mate. Well done. You're doing well. Why do you think it's important to treat everyone with respect, no matter what they look like or where they come from?
You don't know what they could be going through. Like at home, they could be going through some like verbal or like physical abuse. Like any type of abuse could just showing a bit of kindness could make them feel better.
Answer. And finally, what do you think we can do to make sure everyone is treated fairly and with kindness, both online and in real life?
If you see something like someone's bullying someone online, report it, or like I guess tell them to stop or something.
Okay. What was your school like when you told them about what was being said about you? Did they help you?
If I'm being honest, they didn't do anything.
Really?
They didn't do anything.
But the thing is, I think what's important is before you told us what was going on, how was it affecting you? So we know that you suffer from what?
Tourette's.
A physical Tourette's, don't you? So what was happening at home when you were going through it?
I like tics all the time. Like,
explain what your tics are. What happens?
It's like I flap, like I don't know, I can't keep still for a lot, or like kind of like get a cold shiver and I like move like weirdly. I like jerk almost.
And how bad did it get during that
really
time?
Bad.
Like he was doing laps up and down the corridor in the house, to the point that he was hyperventilating because he was out of breath so much because of it. It took a lot, didn't it? But you didn't tell anyone straight away, did you?
Kept for like almost like 5 months.
Yeah, it went on for a while, didn't it?
It went on for a long time.
But you did it in the end, didn't you? And you stuck up for yourself. And what since then? What's school been like since you've told people?
Good now.
Because when he told me the school didn't do anything, I rang the school. As you can imagine, as a parent, you're going to jump on it, aren't you? You know? But now, what's school been like now?
It's really good now.
Yeah, and one thing. What's important? If someone's watching that's your age, what advice would you give them if they were being bullied like you were?
Tell someone.
Yeah.
Don't just let someone pick on you. Tell someone, because it can get worse. It's like there's people who've committed suicide because of this.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
100% right.
You're awesome, mate. Gino, honestly, you're absolutely awesome. And I'm going to give you one fact now. And I know your dad will agree with me on this because you're the same age as my middle son. Exactly the same age. He's 14 on Christmas Day, right? And I'll tell you now, every one of those people that's ever bullied you or said anything to you, those people won't make it in life. You will. Guarantee it. I promise you now. You will. They won't. Because it's a universal constant, mate. And you're amazing for coming on and talking about it. You should be like really, really proud of yourself.
I'm extremely proud that he did it on camera as well. He did it on camera.
No, I was where you was at 13 as well. I was bullied because my family were different. My family were different colour. You know, I was different at school, and all those people that bullied me are nowhere now. And I promise you, you've got your dad, your mum, you've got a wicked family around you. That's all you need. And those people that bullied you, they're nothing, mate. Seriously, I promise you that they're nothing.
No. And it's got that better. He has a girlfriend now as well.
He's gone.
But it just shows that, people that are watching, we had the lady on last week that was worried, and I get it. We were worried about how Gino was reacting to what was going on. Because like I said, he's not one to he's not one to go out and cause trouble. He's the silent one, and he suffered in silence. And me and his mum were devastated when we found out what was being said, because he even, after the school trip, you even went to the class that Monday, and in the lesson they were calling you a monkey and making monkey noises as he walked in. And for a 13-year-old to experience racial attack like that, it was, I just couldn't believe it. When he come out with it, and eventually, because he come home, no, I think, sorry, he went to my mum's and he had a complete breakdown. And it just, it just shut him down completely. And as a parent, you don't want to see your kid like that. Do you know what I mean? It's, but mummy's just, mum, sorry. That's it. You're awesome. Gino, me, Dad, and Rocco are so proud of you. See? Any other questions for him, Rob?
I have another question for you, Gino, if that's okay. Yeah. What food do you think is better, Italian food or French food or English food?
I'm sorry, Dad. French.
Gino, what do you want for Christmas? Tell me what you want for Christmas. We're going to make your dad buy it after that.
Okay, I'm absolutely shocked, and I do not know.
There's only so much pizza a kid can eat.
There we go. You like French food?
Yeah.
You like French food? All right. Okay, remember that.
Gino, I would like to thank you very much for coming on. I know how much you were very nervous yesterday when we spoke, but I thought it was important as a young man to come on and tell your story. So thank you very much. Your mum's just put Asian food, Gino.
Asian food's the best.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so that is far better than Italian food. Like far better.
French or Asian?
French and Asian.
Well, what about the Italian food?
Why?
You only make pasta.
Okay, that's enough.
Here's the thing. You just make. It's rather this for dinner. It's rather pizza or pasta.
That's not true. Okay.
Name one more dish.
Listen, I've got a hard.
No. Can you please? Nando, can you please let our guest star speak? So what other food does he cook for you, Gino?
Name one more dish that isn't pasta or pizza that you cook. Exactly. You're thinking. Exactly.
So sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. This is not the subject.
Papa de Boopy is the question.
Are we done with him now?
No.
I think we can carry on bullying you. It's fine.
You get mad.
Oh, he's making me sweat over it. Yeah, but
so
no.
Come on, Nando. What other dish do you cook that's not pizza or pasta?
Carbonara and chips.
Mate, that's I do other things. I do a risotto. That's not pasta.
That's Spanish.
That's not Spanish.
Well, he's right. It did originate from Spanish. You just kind of steal it again.
Anyway, so, Gino,
like most of your land.
You done well there, so well done. Thank you.
Done, mate.
Yeah, you did amazingly, and you're silent your dad as well.
Yeah,
wow.
And you know what?
I'm really pleased he did that on screen, because people can see, like, you can see that he finds it hard to make eye contact because he's nervous about this is the first time he's openly spoke to people. That he's had a few conversations with Rob before, but to do that in front of, on screen, I thought that was amazing. So I'm really proud of him for that.
Yeah, no. So when you go back to like the facts that I found out today, 1 in 5 children spread over 30 countries have skipped school due to cyberbullying.
Jesus.
71% of children aged 5 to 15 have witnessed hateful content online. 1 in 5 children aged between 9 and 12 have either experienced, witnessed, or participated in cyberbullying.
Wow.
It's like only 11% of teenagers discuss that they're being bullied with their parents.
That's the hardest bit. The fact that only 11% of children discuss with their parents, that they're being bullied. And, like you see in that video, the young girl, Bex, she was being bullied. She didn't tell anyone, and look where it ended up. That's And it's scary to think it's happening at such a young age as well.
So on that note, 65% of children aged between 5 and 17 who are victims of cyberbullying are twice as likely to engage in self-harm, with 43% of those are likely to attempt suicide due to cyberbullying. That's reality, isn't it? That, like, 43% try and commit suicide.
Well, that's. But then we need to look at, when we're talking about cyberbullying at a young age, are we partly responsible because of the fact that we allow our kids to go online and go on these games that have an open forum? But then the other way is, what do? We just wrap them up all the time and keep them away from everything. It's so hard to try and work out what the best way forward is, isn't it?
There's actually somebody who's just come in the chat. Let me see if she'll come on.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that please?
No, it's Amy from Shook.
Okay.
Because she does a really important job.
Cool.
I won't mention. I'll just see if she wants to come on. I'll send her a link if she does.
Going to video games, 9 out of 10 experience cyberbullying while playing online video games. And do you know the number one game that people get bullied on?
Fortnite.
Roblox.
Fortnite, followed by FIFA. Followed by Modern Warfare.
Jesus.
So, you think of stuff like that, I used to play video games. I don't anymore because I'm too busy. But, how many times have we heard someone shouting, say you're camping or stuff like that? And you just think, Jesus.
It's a scary thing, isn't it, really? And I think someone put a comment in there that we weren't prepared for the internet. I'm not sure who made that comment, but in a way, it's true, isn't it? We weren't prepared to how bad.
Amy's going to come on and talk to us.
Cool, brilliant. What do you think the most percentage? So 61%. Okay, what do you think is the main reason for cyberbullying? 61%. What do they bully you for?
What do they bully you for?
I would possibly, when I was at school, it was what was the thing when I was at school? It's probably clothing was when I was at school. Okay, Chris.
Yeah, I'll probably say like an appearance or something.
Okay, Nando.
I would say same as Chris. Appearance, the way they look.
It's look. 61% of people are bullied on the way they look. 25% are bullied because they're intelligent.
Really?
17% are bullied because of their race. 15% are bullied because of their sexuality. And 11% are bullied because of religion. So, and these figures are based on the UK. So, kids aged 4 to 17, 9% began using drugs or alcohol due to cyberbullying. 14% developed an eating disorder. 20% started to skip school and play truant. 24% stopped using social media. 25% engaged in self-harm. 26% deleted social media. 29% had suicidal thoughts. 37% had depression. 41% attempted suicide. And 42% ended up with social anxiety. So what do you think the main platform for cyberbullying is?
Facebook.
37% Facebook. There is one higher.
Instagram?
The Instagram now, I'd imagine, or Snapchat, something like that.
Instagram, 42%. Online gaming, 37%. Facebook, 37%. Snapchat, 31%. WhatsApp, 12%. YouTube, 10%. And Twitter, 9%. So it's quite shit when you think about it. And this is kids, because they don't class. So although we get cyberbullied, as we got all those shitty messages last week, which Nando's going to discuss in a bit, that's not classed as cyberbullying. That's classed as harassment, because after the age of 21, they class it as harassment for some reason.
But really, it's all just under the same thing, and I think every single person on YouTube has to go through it.
Yeah,
it's just something we're expected to deal with, and unfortunately, that is the thing. Now you got to tell, well, if you want to be on YouTube, you got to deal with it.
Yeah,
and that's wrong.
Yeah, go on, Nando. You want to discuss last week's comments? Because if I do it, I'll get into trouble.
Okay, so I said to Rob, we spoke about this in the background, and I knew this was going to come up, and I said I'll say my piece on it. Firstly, the comments that were made was made at a real poor time. It was. If we go back to the conversation, we had the lovely lady on. I can't remember her name.
Cheza,
was it?
Yeah.
And the discussion that we were having, just in case anyone wasn't there, was about, I believe it was her friend's daughter were leaving notes about how she wanted to kill herself. And me, it was one of those conversations where you knew you had to be serious. Everyone likes to have a laugh. Purple brings a lot of energy. But in that moment, it was like, okay, serious cap on now. And as we were delving into this conversation and we were trying to think of what to say next, a comment come up as Smile Nando. Firstly, what poor timing to do something like that. You clearly wasn't listening to the conversation that was taking place and how serious. And we're talking about kids, not adults. We're talking about a child, an innocent child that's experiencing something that they want to end their life. No child should ever feel like that. Now, with the email, I think it was Parker was able to trace back, I believe, like the email address, or we were able to trace who it was. So we made contact with the owner. Now, after speaking to the owner of this company, or whatever you want to call it, me and Rob do believe he had nothing to do with it. We felt quite bad for him because he had to take on. If you want to be an owner, be a manager, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to take on the shit that people cause. Now, my problem with that is it was an act of cowardness. You had to hide behind someone else's email to do that. So you put someone else in an awkward position, firstly. So it just shows the kind of person that whoever was leaving those messages were a coward, in my opinion. If you've got something to say, go and speak to that person directly. Tell them how you're feeling, not on an open forum and make them feel bad. It just proves the point, the lack of understanding that people have. It affected all of us in a way, and it ruined, and I don't mean this being rude, but it ruined that part of the show. It
took away from it, didn't it?
Yeah. And other comments that me and Rob are boring. Okay, I know I'm not boring. We have a laugh, as you've all experienced, with how we banter with each other with our backgrounds, in a fun way about the food. But in that moment, you cannot have fun. How can you have fun with that kind of, unless you're truly got a very black heart and you have no care for anyone else apart from yourself. So whoever did it, I don't think we'll ever find out who did it, but I hope you're proud of yourself. But in my opinion, and I don't know if anyone else would agree, but I just think it was an act of cowardness because you hid behind someone else's email address.
Yeah,
you couldn't have the decency to be who you really are and say what you wanted to say, so we can come to you directly. Instead, you had to put someone else's business in jeopardy to say what you wanted to. And to be honest, you're not worth the airtime, and that's the way I'm going to leave it.
And that's it, because YouTube basically are now investigating said company because they received several complaints about stuff on their videos. So the director has reached out to me saying, is there anything that we can do to stop them having their channel taken down? I said, it's out of my hands now, so nothing I can do about it. I'd like to welcome Amy to the show.
Hello.
She did have her camera on, but she went full northerner and then faced it towards the door. I know she's broken it.
I've well and truly broken it.
She's so northern. It's amazing. She's like a single-handed episode of Coronation Street.
That's brilliant.
Oh, how are you
I
all?
asked you
You
to come on
okay?
because you do like you do like a really, really important job, and you've obviously the ramifications of bullying probably better than
Yeah,
on kids more than most of us. So
yeah.
do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I work with children that have social, emotional, mental health problems and also special educational needs. So I do student support within a classroom setting in a special school. So on a daily basis, we see trauma that it rears its ugly head. What has happened to these children individually throughout their lives. Bullying is a massive thing, and it could be even the slightest thing. It could be something that someone makes a passing comment, and it will trigger some form of trauma emotion from the past, and it can really damage them. Suicidal thoughts, huge with the children that I work with, and it's frightening. It's heartbreaking, but it is frightening. And cyberbullying is one thing that, for me, is hugely dangerous. I find it because you don't know who's half the time. You don't know who is behind it. It's just a horrific thing to see. But yeah, the children that I work with are damaged children, and hide behind a mask. A lot of them have additional needs, so autism, ADHD, ODD, OCD, anxiety problems, and then with that comes like mental health problems as well. So and being a teenager, thrown in the mix. So yeah, it's a tough job, and it's heartbreaking to see what them children go through, on top of their history as well.
Just to ask you a question then, being in this sort of field and, dealing with children that have gone through that sort of trauma, turning it to the other side, looking at the actual bullies that are doing the damage, do you ever find out a reason why these kids are bullying? And I don't condone any of their behaviour, seeing my son go through what he went through was hard enough. But do you ever find out why these bullies do what they do? Are they experiencing problems themselves, or is there a reason why they're doing this and why they think it's all right?
So we have a thing which I see it on a regular basis, where we've got children who I work with who've got zero self-esteem, and they'll go out of the way to pick on somebody to make themselves feel entirely better about themselves, because it makes them feel, in a way, important, makes them feel seen, makes them feel popular, and it's just, rather than feeling ashamed, because a lot of them feel ashamed. We call it like the shield of shame. So how we deal with certain behaviours, rather than outright saying, that's wrong and shouting at them, blah blah blah, because all they'll do is throw up a barrier and retaliate in horrific ways. We have to deal with it in a more therapeutic way, be more in a way like treading on eggshells around them, go about it in a nice way, because they can retaliate in such horrific ways and be so cruel how they are towards other staff, which I'm used to. It's my job. I know what comes, but also to the other students, and it can be horrific. So they can turn their trauma, then they can turn how they're feeling onto somebody else to make them feel wholly better, basically. And it's sad. There's a lot of things that within the school settings I find there's not enough taught to children about bullying and the effects of it. I think there should be a lot more teachings behind it.
I do agree. I think the children that are caught doing like cyberbullying, any kind of bullying, need to see the effects that it has. And I know that sounds extreme, but they need to see like the type of videos that we just put on now. the effects that it has on, they think it's fun and they're cool doing it, but
Yeah.
there's a big risk factor in it, and it's just, and it's hard for parents. Like we said, like Rob just said now, 11%. Was it 11% of children their parents?
Yeah.
About bullying. So how can we protect our children?
It's frightening. It is frightening. It's like there was a thing, I can't think what this particular website was called. We have to put forward to our children. We do a bit like shock tactics in a way. We don't hide things from them. We tell them as it is, because sometimes they need to know, to be blunt with them and tell them, this is what you're saying is this, what you're doing is this. It's more, sometimes the shock tactics do work. I think we pussyfoot around the whole situation too much. People need to see the effects of cyberbullying or any form of bullying. It's horrific. I mean, I've worked with children in the past that have basically suicidal because they're being bullied online. Some of them, it's somebody that they know, but they can't put the finger on who it is. And it could be the case of that they've told somebody something about them. And Chinese whispers have, happened with it, like they do in schools and stuff. And some children think it's funny to like wind other kids up, but you never know the mental state of that person you're doing it to. Therefore, you should not do it. But it's teaching them. That's the problem. The issue is they need to know what the effects are. I think we do need to be more black and white about it rather than, pussyfooting around the situation.
Do you think that we're let down by the government because they don't highlight this kind of stuff that's happening in schools and places like where you work enough? Is this where it all goes wrong?
Yeah, I think funding is a massive thing. It's awful because you have set everything's government wise, teachings and etc. are all set. It's a set across the board of what we have to teach regarding the curriculum and stuff like that. Certain things you're allowed to say, certain things you're not allowed to do. But funding for other sources to come into schools to do seminars, to speak to children, to speak to them, to be, stuff. It's so many things out there which would be absolutely amazing to bring into schools, which are not part of the school system. But it's funding fails us massively. Pastoral workers, mental health support, all massively failed because there is not enough funding. And I'm lucky. The school I work in, it's a private company that I work for, and the children that come to us, the funding is from the local authority. However, it's a private company, so we have more of a leeway of what we can do and what we can do and people we can bring into the school to be able to give talks, to seminars, to take them off to places and to educate them life skills, how to be a person, a human being within the community, not just what you're taught, just education. When I mean that, I mean maths, English, geography, blah, 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 blah. They need to learn more about life within schools, and it's not part of the curriculum.
Do you think a part of it where you're saying that the funding is low, so it makes it harder for the teachers to be able to give that sort of support? Do you think they lose care in the system then because of the way it's? If the government don't care, they don't care enough to deal with these sort of things?
I think they just lose morale, if I'm honest. There's a lot of teaching staff that are leaving the education sector because of the way it is. It's so it needs a massive overhaul, huge overhaul, massively. I mean, the workload. I do student support. So, for example, in a normal mainstream school, I'd be a teaching assistant. My job would just be to be an extra pair of hands in a classroom. But the school I work in, I'm not. We have to do, we have children that will physically harm themselves or harm others. So we have to restrain. The amount of safeguarding is unbelievable. What we have to write up the reports, social services meetings, etc. So the job that I do, compared to a normal TA within a mainstream school, I get paid exactly the same amount of money as what a TA in a mainstream school would, but I do probably triple the workload. So a lot of teachers are leaving the work setting because of pay, because of funding, which is absolutely bobbins, which comes into school. I mean, they say they're going to put more money into it, but they're not necessarily doing that. They're having to cut other things to implement things that they want. It just needs a massive overhaul badly. And mental health is a huge thing within all schools. It gets overlooked. It's not good enough. It is not good enough. And this is if you're not nipping things in the bud straight away, it just grows. It spreads like a disease. Before you know it, you're overrun with things that should not be happening within a school setting, and kids are being damaged by it.
No, I agree. And there was a comment just now that I agree partly that parents need to step up, and I do agree to a certain extent. But the thing is, we have to put our trust in the schools that when you report something, they're going to deal with it. It's sort of like your hands are tied behind your back, because if the schools say they're going to deal with it, you got to wait for them to decide what, because I'll be honest, when Gino told me what was going on with him, my first reaction, if I was honest, who's the child? I'm going to approach the parent directly myself.
Yeah.
But then you get told by the school, you can't do that. You can't, we need to deal with it because it was within the school grounds. So I think parents do need to step up, but it is hard when you do have parents that want to look out for their kids, where you're being told by the school that, one, they won't give you the child's details because I understand they got to protect the child. But two, if they're saying they're going to deal with it, you have to put faith in them, don't you? So it's a hard one. But then it goes on to, like cyberbullying, it's not just children as well, adults.
Adults.
They're being affected by cyberbullying. It's hard enough to, kids being bullied like that, but adults as well. And some of the stuff that you see online, how personal, death threats, to not just to the person online, but to their families as well, that they're going to hurt your families. And, or something as stupid that you have a feud with someone and they think it's appropriate to go online and call you names. The lasting impact it has on the other person, it's just not worth it. It's like, in my opinion, the people that have sadly taken their own lives because of it, because of the side, the people that have caused that are the murderers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They've murdered that person. And I know that's very strong to say, but if it wasn't for them, that person would not have taken their life.
Yeah.
But why is it okay for people to get personal? And I know, Parple, you experience. I know you've just jumped back on, so I'm gonna.
Yes.
We're talking that. We've spoken about how kids suffer from cyberbullying.
Yeah.
But adults as well. It affects them in a massive way.
Absolutely.
And I know before that I got to know you, like I have now.
Yeah.
You experienced some horrific stuff where, if you don't mind me saying, you took it upon yourself where you were taking down your content. You got to the point where you couldn't. Are you happy to just sort of give us an overview, man?
So for me, with that, I think I was on the verge of also becoming part of the problem, and it was a good point to realise and step back for me to say, I'm no longer going to be part of this problem, but I am going to be a part of the solution. So what I saw from the outside were, I'm a big advocate of, if you don't condemn it, you condone it in some respects. So if I was to leave comments in my comment section with this person should go and kill themselves, this person looks like this person looks like that, and I was to give that comment a heart or just respond and not remove that comment or condemn them for that comment, then I'm part of that problem. And that is something I saw quite far and wide, even recently with the video that I made where somebody was being abused, like behind their back on a third-party platform, and what it does is it incites hate, it incites hate everywhere, and it's totally unfair. And I was getting, I got a lot of comments coming back at me, but I think the ultimate thing that I learned from it, because it was really, really hurtful. And yes, I took my channel down. Well, not just down. I removed the content that I didn't like what I saw, because YouTube's a dangerous platform. It's a very, very dangerous platform, and
I agree.
It can be a shitty platform at times. And I decided at that point to remember why I created everything and why I went about creating my channel. And like Shezza's here now, and we just, Shezza does like a lot of the managing of my channel for me, and we just kind of just have the rule now. Let's just be fucking happy about things, because if we control how we are, it's made a hell of a difference to the way that other people have been in response. Like, I've got I'm coming up to 100 videos on the channel now. People are generally furious with the dislike button. I haven't even got over 50 dislikes in conjunction on the entire channel. And I'm just trying to kind of build something that puts a squash and a bit of something into that whole negative thing that I felt, because I don't want anybody else to feel it. And I know I can possibly do something about that by just being the irritating asshole that
I am. How did you manage it though when you were going through that sticky patch, shall we say?
Yeah.
You said that you were becoming part of the problem, so you tried to turn it into. But you didn't do anything to warrant the kind of things people were saying to you. And how do you mentally cope with those sort of things being said to you?
You don't really. So it's really difficult to explain. Now, so having Asperger's, you are processing ever so slightly differently at 10 billion miles an hour, where sometimes it's the little things like we were talking beforehand, right? That hurt the most, like when somebody says your personality comes from cocaine, for example, just because they can't compute somebody actually having a personality.
Yeah.
That hurts far more than someone telling me to go kill myself, because that's like somebody saying I'm not who I am.
Right.
When other people are saying that other stuff, you kind of look at it from. It's really strange. I don't look at that threat, go and kill yourself, as I look at that, and then Shezza knows, because Shezza's dealt with every meltdown that I have about this, so she'll be there to be like, yes, I've spoken to him about this, and I'm like, I'm not good enough, and that is the ramification even to this day, that I'm not good enough.
But you are good enough, mate.
You are.
Okay.
Bloody awesome.
See, it just shows, a personality like Parple's, is great. He really knows how to shine the room up, doesn't he? Like with his personality and the way. But even then, look how it affects him still, And that, I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realise. Words, you might find it easy to type on your keyboard, but it imprints on the people that you're saying it to. Those words, it's like. In a way, the way I can explain it is like it's being tattooed onto your skin, because you feel that pain, the effect, and no one has the right to do that to anyone, And it's where do we draw the line? How do we make? Well, we can never make it stop, but people need to realise the effects and how damaging it is.
You need to have harsher punishments. It's a criminal thing, so it needs the police and the government and people like that need to pull their fingers.
Sorry, I'll stub my
toe.
Right? He's back.
They need to sort this out, because it can't continue. You can't keep getting death threats or being told to go kill yourself because you're putting content out that people don't fucking like. Grow up.
It's crazy.
Sorry?
I can't get my head around it. I really can't get my head around it when people can be so horribly cruel. But just somebody who makes videos, I don't get it. I just don't get it. The mentality, I can't get my head around it.
No,
It's awful.
It is. Go on, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, luckily I haven't experienced the cyberbullying, but from school age, from leaving for senior school, I got bullied every day, and it wasn't just from school. You know, I had to walk home from school to home, and then there used to be a train that another guy used to catch, and it was just bad luck from my part, and it would happen again. So, and that short walk was only like 5 minutes to my home for safety, you know. So, and that happened. That carried on for 4 years, every day. You know, if it was, you know, if you know, nothing about family. It was all me. It's what a war. You know, because my parents didn't have a lot of money, so, you know, back in the 80s, it was like, you know, you had to look like flare trousers, or, you know, I was wearing the wrong kind of coat, or, you know, something like that. You know, I didn't look cool, didn't fit in, and like 4 years of just being a mental and a physical punch bag for these people. And now they just, you know, bullies on a whole, they don't understand the damage, the long-term damage it causes to people. You know, at the time they might think it's funny, it's a joke, and you're their punch bag to make them feel better. But the ramifications are awful. How I am now, you know, it just knocks your self-confidence out, and everything else. And the really weird thing was, many moons later, I got in contact with one of the guys. You know, I'd say, oh, you know, it was when Scores Reunited started. I got in contact with a guy, and just to be friends, say hi. And he said, I can't be your friend. I said, well, why? He says, because I was the one who bullied you, you know, really relentlessly. And it's like, but it's okay. And he said, I'm sorry, I can't be your friend for what I did to you. And I just haven't heard from him since. You know, it's crazy. You know, but you're right, Amy. The schools, they need to do more. You know, they need to learn, you know, the consequences. You know, if people like me are still standing and can take 3, 4, 5, 6 years of bullying and still stand, then it's the ones who don't, who we are now missing, who can't stand it and just, you know, leave this earth. It is serious, and it's just not fair. It really isn't. I kind of get the feeling that, you know, the schools, they don't know what to do. You know, it's got so out of hand. They didn't nail it straight away. You know, and even the schools don't. Perhaps they don't know because they're scared, because they don't know where to go. They don't know where to turn, or who's going to help them. You know, but I'm you know, it's a shame, but yeah, I am a victim of you know, of bullying. You know, and
I think
it's all pretty. It's I don't get angry. It's just upsetting, and it is really worrying. You know,
it's frightening, how I see more and more of it. And I only work, our schools are small. It's a small school. It's not compared to a big mainstream school, whereas I've worked in mainstream before now, and children get lost. They get lost. Stuff goes unnoticed.
Yeah,
and
it does.
That is the massive failure, huge failure.
They don't pick up the signs. They need people who, you know, people who have been bullied, who can pick up the signs. Yeah, and I don't know why people do it. They're obviously clear, you know. Is it because to make them feel better? Is it because they're insecure? Do they have something going on at home? Perhaps they are being, something's going wrong, you know, and they're using it as an outlet. I really don't know. But we're here every year we hear this about the bullying and this, and it's like, oh, you know, mental health, you know, but the two go side in side. You know, bullying brings on mental health. We don't have enough support for mental health, so and the government is to blame for this, and the local authority. Well, the government is, because it has the money out.
I always say, if you was to break your arm in school, you would get seen to straight away. So why does it take so long for a child who has problems regarding the mental health? It could be effects of bullying, it could be stuff that's going on at home, it could be, why does it take so long for them to deal with? Yeah.
Can I give you my opinion on that? And I don't mean this being rude. Mental health, Rob knows how passionate I am about the mental health, and this was something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And I believe people struggle, not just kids struggle, but adults struggle to get GPs, to get the support they need, because there's people faking that they've got mental health to get out of working, to make excuses for their behavior. What the hell is going on behind you? Jesus, really?
Is this back to cyberbullying?
Here we go. But do you know what I mean? I think people use mental health as an easy way to get out of things, to avoid things. And then when someone's really suffering with their mental health, they can't get the help, the support and the help that they need, because it's branded as, and the other thing that I really do hate is people that say mental health is just something in your head. Yes, it is in your head, but it's a real thing in your head. It's not something that you just wake up one day and think, you know, I'm going to say I've got mental health and I'm suffering. It's an ongoing thing.
It's not a switch. You don't switch.
No, it's not.
And the other thing is, sorry, you go first.
I was saying my mental health problem started when I had my son. He's 11 today actually. But postnatal depression.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Thank you. But it was postnatal depression that started me, and it was all due to past trauma. And it was from having my son that literally the bubble burst, everything just come out, and I buried it for so long. This is one of the reasons why I'm passionate about it, and especially I mean with anybody, but in children more than anything. The job that I do, I love wholeheartedly. Love doing what I do. Don't get me wrong, I get battered, I get leathered. You know, it's not a week that don't go by where I've not been cracked or I've been headbutted or I've been spat at or whatever. But that is my job, because they are struggling hugely with their emotions, and they do not know how to deal with their emotions because of how they are individually. It's one of the reasons. It is, and we're also that trusted person, which is hence the reason why 9 times out of 10 they retaliate that way towards us, and then they'll do it, they'll break down, and they're so apologetic. It's unbelievable. I cry weekly, if not daily, because some of the things break my heart, and some of the things that they've gone through and how they are and how it's affected them could have been. You know, it could have been avoided. Avoided.
Yeah. And the thing is, just to go back on something that Chris said about his experience of bullying, he touched on appearance, clothes, makeup. This is a big thing.
I don't wear makeup.
No. I'm just saying, not you wearing makeup, but I'm just saying, okay, let me reword that. So you're talking about appearance. So people that dress a certain way, people that have Now, this is such a big thing that it is part of cyberbullying, but it's also in person, that people get picked on because they might not have the name make. People need to realize some families struggle to put food on the table, you know, and you can't justify going out to buy £100 tracksuit just to keep up with the trend of other people. But the thing is, but look at the domino effect that it has. So you get a child that comes across that they've got everything. They take the piss out of a child that hasn't. What happens with that child? They get depressed, but then it affects the relationship with their parents because they go to their parents going, well, they've got it. Why can't I have it? You don't love me like their parents love me. So what they're effectively, you're destroying a relationship of a family because you're making that person feel they're inadequate because they don't have what you have. And the impact of that kind of bullying is much bigger than just that child. Not taken away from the child, it's got to be hard for them. But it impacts the relationship with their parents. And what children need to realize, love is what is more important. You know, the love that you have from your parents, to have the security, you know. And the thing is, it puts a lot of strain on the parents, and then that's where they suffer from mental health because they feel that they're letting down their kids. They feel that they're not meeting the grade because of these other families and the way they're doing it. You know, it's a real hard.
It's really dangerous as well because you can have them type of children that are in that boat, and basically because they are vulnerable and they feel like some feel like they need to belong, they need to fit in, etc. They can go down the wrong route and they can fall into being groomed, county lines, drug running, etc. It's it can be a slippery slope, and so this is like the effects of, you know, people picking and bullying could have such a huge effect on an individual just for being really unkind. It's frightening.
What Sarah's put in the chat, you know, mental health needs more funding and more resources. So true.
So true.
You know, instead of putting all this money into Rishi's pocket, start sending it to some of these places that needs it.
This is it. This is why I'm now trying to show Nando some love and support. So, you know, because you say I'd never get on board with anything and I'm always picking on you. I'm just trying to show you some love and support.
That I can deal with, yeah. I like that. Until something else comes up in a sec.
I like what Amy and Ozzy have put. Mayonnaise on the spaghetti bolognese, but Wacka Wacky's put a bit of peanut butter on the spaghetti bolognese would be quite nice. Oh dear, we've lost our resident Italian.
You know, he's gone to write down the recipe so he can feed it back to his people so they can improve it. I like the fact he even turned to his son like, my son, he's gonna accept everything. He's Italian. And Gino just went, no, Dad, French food's better. I'm sorry. Amy, what do you think? Italian food or French food?
Italian. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm not wearing my cape now for you. Or my Lincoln stick. They're both staying at home. That's not a euphemism, by the way. It's my actual Lincoln stick.
You do crack me up. Oh, gosh.
Oh, he's gone again.
This is my actual Lincoln stick.
These podcasts just get worse and worse as the weeks go on.
So it's my actual cane.
Okay.
It's to go with my cape.
Cool, yeah.
And my new hair.
And your new hair.
Yeah, I got new hair.
Are you going to show us your new hair then?
You want to see my new hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to be like Stars in the Rise. Hold on, I need to find my vape so I can have some smoke for it. Because if I don't have that, it's not Stars in the Rise, is it?
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be...
Bob Ross.
Oh my God. No, I'm done. I'm out. That's it.
It's that Pete, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, you do crack me up.
I'm just going to put my little hat on here. And then we're going to dip into some pale white. And eclectic magenta.
Leo Sayer. Someone's calling you Leo Sayer in the chat.
And a little bit of steel blue hue.
Only if you get your good old trusty 2-inch brush and whack it on the side of the fucking easel.
I'm not
I
around,
wanted to
so
have
my
them
brush is only at 1 inch.
It's only 1 inch. Oh God. I can't cope.
Hang on, it goes better when I put these on with it as well. Like someone just poked me Cocknell in the eyes and I've just come back out of the clinic in disguise as a Jew. It's great.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh dear.
You are crackers.
Sheza, how are you, darling?
I'm okay. I keep muting my mic because them two are downstairs watching a film and all you can hear is, whoa, you're screaming and shouting and laughing.
What they're watching?
I think they were on about watching The Mechanic. Jackson's got this big obsession with Jason Statham at the minute, so...
Apparently you're Deirdre Barlow, says Beardo.
I'll take that. I'd also like to be that other one. What was his name? Was it? Do you remember it was the 3 Deirdre Rashid? And he used to go, Deirdre, why you do this at home, Jim?
Oh, Nando when he had hair.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nando.
That's
Love
all right.
you, really.
That's all right. I'm good. I'm all right.
I think it was Purple that touched on the YouTube being a dangerous place. Or it was someone. And I haven't really had much cyberbullying per se, because when I was little, it was all say it to your face and then run away. But I've actually had first-hand experience where somebody who I had a disagreement with in a Discord, I won't say who or what Discord, and she actually went onto YouTube and made a full video about me.
Oh, that was bonkers, that was.
I was called a whore.
Oh, wow.
I was called a bitch, a gaslighter, a manipulator. I was, in brackets, full on quote, obsessed with men on the internet. I'm a happily married woman, but I was obsessed with men on the internet. And she went on for about 15 minutes slagging me to the ground.
Wow.
And I mean, it's still up. It's still there. It's still on her channel. But I put my side out and had all of my receipts to back up everything that I did and didn't say. And thankfully, I've never heard anything else from her. But the Cybian, where the fuck did that come from? the cyberbullying is like, it's out of control and out of hand at the minute. I mean, my son, his friend from school, they were really close. They used to sleep over at each other's houses. He came to mine and my husband's wedding. So Jackson had a little friend when he was there. And he has been the one that's been doing it. And he actually has been texting my son via various services, including Discord, that Jackson should go and kill himself. That we wouldn't care, his parents wouldn't care if he was alive or not. It's pointless him being here because he's wasting other people's oxygen. The list goes on. Some of the stuff that he's been saying is horrible. I mean, Jackson he's 15. He has autism. He functions mentally and emotionally at that of a younger child. And everything that anyone says gets taken to heart. Anything. You could praise the life out of him and be like, you've done so well, that's amazing. He's a lot like Purple and he's a lot like me. You could praise the life out of him and congratulate him and say, you're amazing, that's fantastic. And he'd still pick out the one thing that he did wrong or the one thing that one person didn't like, and he would focus on that one negative. And it doesn't matter how much that I tell Purple that he is a fucking amazing human being.
Can I mute you again?
Shut up.
Hang on, say it to me. Look me dead in the eyes then and say it seriously right now.
Shut up.
Even when I'm wearing this wig and this beautiful
Yes,
hat.
even when you're wearing the gorgeous wig and the beautiful hat, Macy Gray. Harple is an amazing and wonderful human being, and he will still hyper focus on one comment or one thing what makes him feel like he's not enough, and he is. Everybody is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with what you're saying, it's, and I agree totally what you're saying, but I think it's sometimes like Parple's saying, it's commenting on your personality. It takes it, regardless. It's so hard to move past it. And I said that last week to you, didn't I, Rob? After the, because I left the green room quite abruptly. I was like, I'm going to go. That was it. And then I rang Rob, and I was just so focused on that one comment because it really got to me, and it really hit me hard. And I think that's what it is. It's one thing saying comments that is quite open, but when you're direct and very personal, you're taking a chunk out of someone's personality, someone that's working really hard and I think what people need to realize, these kind of shows are not easy for us to do. Like for me, when we were starting getting into the real nitty gritty, when me and Rob started talking about doing this, we did say, well, if we're going to do this, and I think Rob said this, we need to be open and tell our story. Now, that's a lot. You spend years trying to understand why you've gone through what you have, and then to open up, and it's not easy to do. It's emotional for us as well to hear the stories that people come out with. And it's just so hard. And I think that's why we focus so much on the negative comments, because we're trying so hard to show decency, to show honesty, and be genuine with the content that we're putting out. Because this is very different to what we're all used to doing in a way.
But this is the thing. Can I approach something? And this is one thing that I think does annoy me a lot. Is quite often the people who get blamed for bullying and get punished for bullying aren't actually the people that are doing the bullying. It's generally the people that are the bullies turning things around and throwing back out. Now, it's been absolutely remarkable. I don't know if you're up to speed with it over the last couple of weeks, but there's always some kind of drama going on in the debunking world as it is. But just lately, there have been channels that are big ones out there that have actually started to go over to debunkers and have a conversation with them to avoid all that shit. And now all that's left is a very, very small kind of amount of these people that are out there in the world. And what they're doing is you've got people that will go to extreme lengths to protect other people. Like I'm a dancing moron. That's what I am. I'm a moron. That's all I've got, right? But there are people who passionately go out to defend and look out for other people and protect them. And what they're doing is protecting people from being emotionally manipulated and bullied. Because in some respects, when people create some really fake stuff, if you'll notice, if someone creates something very, very fake, and then you get two levels of comments, you get someone that'll comment on it, and then they'll have a back and forth laugh and joke in the comments, or you'll get the other side of it where they'll come back and it will be a hateful tirade from this person towards, I've seen it towards people that have given thousands of pounds to these creators, right? Literally thousands of pounds. And then they've said, well, what happened to this? And then instantly these people have been removed, blocked, told to F off. Now that is a part of internet bullying at the moment, which is really, really bad, because all that happens then is they'll then reverse the narrative on someone and then make the other person who's there just to protect out to be a bully. And it's that toys out of the pram thing. Like I've just made a necrophonic app video, for example, right? Now, in that video, I managed to obviously have shown, I went to go into the code and I said, listen, this is the facts that's in this code. This app records you and plays back, and here is that code. Yeah. So it shows you here where it's recording. It shows you how long it records you for, shows you when it stops, and then how long it will play back and how much of it it'll play back in what intermission. So it's all there. It's not arguable, right? But yet again, the person that created that, right, did the anger and aggression thing this is absolute horseshit. You're wrong. You're a fucking idiot. You're this, that, and the other. You go fucking waste of space and all this stuff. Because rather than the other ones that I spoke to reach out and go, oh, can you let us know what you found and we'll have a conversation about it so we can come to something so people get the right side of it. And this is what's dangerous about YouTube.
Yeah.
It is. I think, I mean, I'd love, I really would love and wish one day that people who disagreed could have healthy conversations with one another. See, like you have a panel like this, you don't have to agree, but you can do it respectfully.
I disagree.
You know? Go on.
No, I just wanted to see if it'd work.
Bye, Paul. Thanks for coming.
I was waiting
Yeah.
to say, this is why. But, you know, I really would. It'd be amazing. But sadly, no matter how many times people try to do it, it always fails. And
it hasn't failed, though, because in some respects now, you know, while there was that thing where, you know, we had a big crowd in America and one over here, they've now communicated. One's put across one side, one's put across the other side. Then one of those sides has gone, shit, yeah, you've got a point, because they had a conversation about it. And that's what's happening lately, is that because of all that shit that happened with that wrong person, right? It seems to have brought people closer and given the ability. That person bullied on an ultimate scale, and then it brought other people closer together in the strangest ways.
Do you think part of it is to do with jealousy? Like, a lot of this cyberbullying is because they're jealous on, you know, like for yourself, Parker, you've got a really good community and people will back you. Do you think that in a way has a negative impact on these cyberbullies, because they see that and they think, well, do you know what, it's aggravating me even more, so I'm going to go in even more and try and ruin what you're creating, because they're jealous that they can't do the same?
Is that for me or for Amy?
That's for you. I was asking.
See, this is the thing, and this is one of the words that kind of really kind of gets to us. Is the jealousy thing? Is it the problem? I don't think it is jealousy. I think there are certain camps. I think there's the creator side, which goes to any length, obviously, to defend its income.
Yeah.
If they're a big enough channel. Then there's the community side, where I think a lot of the community that kind of, I think some of them. So you're in the paranormal community, Aim. So this is something I'll ask you as well. I think some of them, a small percentage, just like a good fucking fight and some drama.
Yeah.
And you will see them. You will see them kitting the underside of your left nut, and then you will then see them in the person you've made a video about. Go straight over to them and being like, "This person's made a video about you. You know how much I love you," and they cause that war.
I see it all the time. All the time.
No, I've seen it.
I read comments and I think, I've just seen you comment on this, but now you're in this one saying this. Why? You're just stirring the pot.
Yeah.
What's the point?
But this is a good thing about Parples, you say, is because it's geared up to be a safe space.
Yeah.
I mean, and Beardo. I mean, I originally came on with Beardos because I do like the paranormal and I like horror. I love horror more than anything else in the world.
And beards. You like beards too?
I do like beards. I just watched Lord of the Rings last night. But
Gimli.
I'm not Gimli.
No, I'm on about Beardo.
Oh.
Yeah, so everyone, Beardo has joined the chat.
It was
we picked on.
Oh, hi Beardo.
Hello.
But it was Papa, you know, it's a safe space, and he's geared up to be and any shit that happens in there, it won't be tolerated. There has been a post put out there, and that's really good. So you can go there, and you'll need to feel safe. You know,
because it doesn't matter what side you're from, as long as you're not a dickhead, and you're not coming in just to start a war, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're going to come in and try, you know, No, I think one of the worst things is shit stirrers, isn't it, Beardo? Like, we get them all the time. They try and cause so many fights between me and Beardo, and they don't realise how much we talk. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, we see the same people in multiple channels, like asking you to debunk me and asking Mr. Gree to debunk me, and then saying to me, "Oh, somebody's Mr. Gree's going to debunk you." It's like, yeah, because you've told him to. Do you think we don't read each other's comments, or we don't message each other to say, "Oh, we've got a little bit of an issue here"? The reason I wanted to join it is because I think people look at me like the guy that's probably never been bullied or anything, because I'm so confident and obviously the work that I've done. And that's the opposite. I'm the way I am because of bullying. And I've had to sort of unlearn aggression and putting a wall up in front of myself, because I went the other way. Because I was bullied so horrifically, I had no choice but to fight. And I took it too far. And I was constantly involved in physical fights. And then it was like, well, if I'm a bailiff or if I'm a doorman, nobody's going to mess with me. I'll have a reputation and stuff. And for a little bit, I got into that reputation and I had to unlearn it, because I was really hard for people to get close to, because everyone was always going to turn on me. Because when you're in school, and I was bullied because I didn't live on a council estate and because I was like small. I know that's hard to believe right now, but
you didn't live on a council estate?
No.
Not believing that. Not with that beard.
But what you were saying earlier was, like, my parents got called to the school one day and my mum was in tears because the kid that I hit back said I bullied him, and I'd been bullying him for months. And my mother was in tears, like, "I can't believe you've done that." And I'm like, hang on. This guy set fire to my bags, threw me in front of a moving car, and tried putting me through a bakery window, all within the last couple of months. And because I hit him back, I'm now the bully, and people have believed him. He sold a really convincing story. Fair play to him. But this is what we're seeing on the internet now. You have got channels that have gone out of their way to bully and belittle not just content creators, their own communities. When people's money run out, they just remove them with no further words. Parple covered this a little bit earlier. They destroyed those people because those people had nothing else. They live vicariously through us online. And then as soon as they can't put 5, 10, 15 pound a month into a channel, they're just ostracized and ridiculed. And then as soon as they come to somebody like me and Parple, who will speak out for them, they've gone to Parple and Beardo because they're bullies. I mean, all right, people can look at me and say bully, and I've made my mistakes, and I've owned my mistakes, and I've admitted to my mistakes. Who the fuck has Parple ever bullied? Really? Has he?
Yeah, Nando.
All right, fair enough. I only ever said that chicken is never on stream when I am. But look, I got chicken. And then what they don't realise is, like, obviously things affect Parple far different to me. I'm far more thick-skinned. But when I was called a bully, Parple had to speak for me because for the first time, I couldn't fucking speak. I was literally like, I'm the thing I hate. Sorry. It was fucking destroying for somebody to put out a video that did that well for them to say that I was the bully. And I'm like, all I did was look out for my friend and look out for the community that they turned their back on because they were out of fucking money. And Parple had to speak for me. Me.
Yeah, I literally messaged you, didn't I? And I was like, do not. And I was like, I'm taking care of this.
Yeah. I'm not an emotional person, but that, I mean, he knows it got to me more than anything that's ever, like death threats. I laugh at death threats. Somebody comes after me, good luck. But to be called a bully, and then for people to see the comments that people were leaving on other videos, like Beardo's going to cause somebody to take, I'm like, fuck. Is that what I've become? And people had to talk me out of that. Parple had to talk me out of that. I'm like, I've become what I hate. I've turned into that channel. And I believed it. I genuinely believed it.
You hadn't. It was just you were sticking up for everybody else, and they were being dickheads.
Yeah. And you find people, sorry to interrupt, you find people are very easy at manipulating a situation against, to make somebody else look the bad person. and that you do find that within the YouTube community, it can be awful. Manipulation is huge.
Oh yeah,
It's awful.
they have no idea of the impact that it had the other way.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just me that felt that. My wife was horrendously bullied, and unlike me, my wife became a complete introvert. She's very nervous of people. And you know, she's just sat there and watched this video of somebody calling her husband the face of online bullying. Not just a bully, the face of online bullying. And he was just... And then my parents that don't watch my channel were like, have you seen this shit? And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
It's like I was saying earlier on, it's that domino effect. Because it impacts you in a massive way, but it's the effect that everyone else has to go through as well because of that comment. All your family, your wife, and it's hard for them to see you like that, isn't it? It really impacts everyone, and all you're trying to do is look out for someone.
Yeah, and I admit my faults. I took some things too far. I made some comments that were meant to hurt them. But that was my way of making them feel how they had, at that point, made hundreds of people feel. When people are emailing me saying that me and Papa have saved their life, literally saved their life because they were going to take their own life and we gave them somewhere else. And then they put that out. And it's like, I should have just swatted it away and been like, it's cool. And to everyone that's not in this stream now, that's what I did. I just laughed it off and was like, oh, it didn't bother me. Because if I'd shown any weakness, then it would have killed my channel because everyone would have done the same thing. And people have tried it since. And it's like, I'm out in Scam Artists. You know, there are channels that I treat very differently. If you're a Scam Artist, the gloves are off for me. But fake videos then are fake videos. I don't go personal. I don't go as hard because that's just footage that I'm pulling apart, not the people behind it. Right. There's only 3 people I've ever pulled apart as people, and that's because they're damaging people's mental health. And how dare they use a platform that is meant for good and for entertainment to destroy their own audience and to destroy people's safe place or their way of escaping. YouTube's an escapism for most of us. It's escaping from the stress of work, the stress of life. And then somebody turns that and weaponizes it. It's just shit, though.
I think no. Sorry.
Sorry,
you go first.
I was just saying we have a platform and we are influencers.
Yeah.
And we have to be so careful about what we do, what we say, how we treat people. You know, we are influencers.
You are the gatekeepers almost.
So you could have somebody who's we could have somebody who's like really like mentally unstable who watches your channel, and if we could influence them in the wrong way, what would happen? What could we do? What could? It's frightening. It's not good.
Well, this is exactly what I said in that video a few weeks ago when that that post came out on Facebook, and it's exactly that. And I said that one of these channels will be responsible for somebody taking their own life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they will be they will go and trial and be prosecuted for it.
But also
because it is a crime now.
When you look at the stuff you and Beardo, or you not so much now because you don't do so much of the debunking, but you look at what Beardo actually does with the likes of Mr. Shorts, you know, and how much money he rinsed people out of. Beardo's only sticking up for those people.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I'm trying to shine a light on the truth of it. And if you still want to go and watch that channel, by all means, but at least know what it is you're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard the story about the TikToker?
No.
He used to dress up as Ghost from Call of Duty.
All right.
And I followed him. He used to do like cosplay, like pretend to be Ghost from Call of Duty. And because there was another content creator on TikTok didn't like the fact that he was getting more eyes on him because he had the voice, he had the look, he had the proper mask, he had everything. Because he was growing in popularity, this other content creator on TikTok and his girlfriend devised a plan to say that he was grooming his girlfriend, who was underage at the time.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
no.
This man, this poor fucking man, went on and ended his life on TikTok live.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
And all he did was bring joy and happiness to people dressed up as Ghost from Call of Duty.
That's just horrific.
It's disgusting. People
There's
don't
no
understand
words.
the power that they have in front of a
Yeah.
computer. They don't get it.
Because everyone becomes a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
You know, Beardo's last video on The Conjuring, all the amount of hate he got from all the little 12-year-olds that followed them to idiots from America. It's like, at the end of the day, just like he's pointing out that something didn't sit right. So it's not like he was having a go at them personally. It was just like something doesn't sit right, blah, blah, blah. And then you get a load of hate for it. It's like, what's the point?
With those kind of channels, which are followed by the younger ones, they're all like lemmings. If one says it, well, he's got to be right, or my friend said it, they've got to be right, and it shifts down. I don't think that half of them know what they're talking about half the time. And while I'm waffling, I'm going to have to say this because this really is really important for me, Mr. Beardo. I before I came onto this strange platform on here, I was going to kind of like commit social suicide, and it's like because I couldn't, because of what we talked about earlier on. I don't play online because of I'm get so insecure of playing online, I'm scared of somebody. So it could be the smallest thing in the world, and that will set off anxiety. So yours was the first channel I actually found safe and comforting. So I would like to say thank you very much for your channel, and it's helped me a lot, and Purple's. But your channel originally was the one who kind of like saves me and helped me come out of my shell in the darkness and enjoy your channel and Discord and stuff. So thank you ever so much.
Fuck, what'd you say to that? Shit. I don't know what to say other than that is a fucking glorious beard. When I grow up, I want to look just like Chris.
I think I've got one you can lend up here, Beardo, if you want it.
But if people could drop the toxic and the anger between each channels, and it just shows debunkers aren't horrible, nasty people. You know, Beardo is very passionate about the paranormal, and that's why he gets so upset. It's not at the people, you know, it's what they make.
Yeah.
And he's right. You know, why you know, and it does have this ripple effect across the paranormal world. You know, and it's not fair, and it really shouldn't be allowed, to be perfectly honest.
No, it shouldn't. And
why should your channel or anybody's channel who is trying to support, you know, or enjoy the paranormal and just show the world that these people are really taking money off vulnerable people, you know, and also vulnerable people who need or who are looking for like security, but in the wrong channels.
Yeah. I mean, Amy from Shuck, we've had a brief conversation, and she was like, I was scared to talk to you. And I was like, what? I was scared, not scared to talk, scared to say anything in your comment sections. And I was like, that's not what we're about. She's like, I've seen that now, but there's this like perception of me that's not entirely true. And it took me to wear a dress to stand up for transsexuals for people
But you
to
are
see
so
that
beautiful.
I look
Yeah.
fucking hot.
Next time wear a bra, you'll feel it better.
You did.
Bra on.
You had one on.
The socks and the bra are itching the shit out of my nipples.
Maybe a sports,
Oh, yeah, but-
bra next time. Then.
Beardo, did
Yeah.
you tuck?
No, I wimped out of that one. I wore pajama bottoms.
Disappointing, mate. Disappointing.
I didn't go full Buffalo Bill, but I mean, I had pigtails in. I look cute.
I've said this. I literally now, I don't care who I speak to. I was scared of. It's basically boils down to you get put in with a clique, and you feel like loyalties are there, and it's done me no favors. It hasn't. I mean, Lee will tell you 3 Spires. Me and Lee not fell out, but we had a huge disagreement over a year ago, and it was over something apparent sticking up for somebody. And I'm like, but now I don't. I'm like, nope, it's not my problem. I'm not getting involved in that. Do not involve me in that. I will speak to who I want to speak to. If I think that you are a good person, if I think that you are doing, good, we're putting out, you're a nice, genuine person, I will speak to you, because that makes me feel so much happier rather than having to be loyal and not loyal. That's the wrong. Well, yeah, loyal basically. I'm not. It is. That is one word. Having to stick with a certain circle, and it's like, no, I want to be my own person. That's one of the reasons why I'm so glad I found Jasmine, because Jasmine's probably been through similar stuff. She's went out with a certain somebody investigating. She ended up with death threats a lot. She's a bloody brilliant person. You get to know her. She's fab, and she's great at what she does. She's passionate. So I've stepped out of that box and gone, I'm going to find my own way and speak to who I want. I don't care now. I don't. And I wish more people would be that way.
And the thing is, some of these bigger channels that are coming forward that are not afraid to be associated with some of the debunkers, it's opening the doors for everyone else. Because whether I agree with the content or not, people are speaking to me like I'm actually a mammal, and then I can speak to them with respect, and that respect is starting to trickle down into other channels, and not just in the UK clique, because obviously I annoyed a lot of people in the UK. But I've got American channels that I had no idea knew who I was coming to show support. And, when Paranormal Nightmare turned up in my live stream and I'm wearing a dress, and they were like, this needed to be said, this needed to happen. That's spreading a message far and wide that the debunkers are not bullies, that the debunkers are looking out for people. And, if you're in a minority in life, if you're in one of the ladies, gentlemen, frying pans, whatever you want to call it, Purple, that we accept you. All of the outcasts of society find their home with me and Purple, and now with you guys. And
Beardo, come here. Do we allow the Italians though?
Yeah.
Look at me. Do I look like I turn my nose up at Italian food?
Yeah, but he only cooks pizza or pasta, Beardo. That's all. His son told us that.
That's not true, but anyway, carry on, Beardo.
Hey, never better leave Nando alone. He makes good chicken.
Back in the room.
It's good that you guys have got this platform now where people, me and Shuck would never have spoken to each other if it wasn't for you guys. Now we're on the same live stream together. And then there's I wouldn't have known exactly what I've done for Chris, which is fucking mind blowing. Now go and show me a fake channel that's helped somebody, anyone, please, because I mean I'm sure some of them have done charity work and things like that, and great, but there's other people that just spend it on Teslas, caravans, and AstroTurf.
Yeah.
They're not putting any of that back into any good. And then you've got Purple, who was like, all right, I've got a games console that I don't use. I'm going to give it away for Christmas for somebody that can't afford it. Not a competition, not a, you can buy it, not put raffle tickets in or anything like that. Purely, if you're struggling, I've got a console you can have. And then other people were like, oh, actually, while he's at it, I've got a console you can have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
what if I
Amy's
got a console?
Amy's also emailed. She was the first person to email me.
But how incredible is that? The complete strangers have all gone, I don't actually need this, and somebody else does. You can have it. No ego, no I'm being nice for views or clicks, because that's not what you're doing. But then when these faceless people, because sometimes all we see is a letter next to a name, we don't even see a profile image or anything. And these people are giving things away to help people that have got less than them. And none of us are rich.
No.
And that's incredible. Well, except Doodle.
Yeah.
Excuse you?
She's got a cat mansion behind her.
Oh, yeah. Look what a cat lives on. That's nicer than my house.
I've got two.
Do you know what, Shez? If you moved out of the way and positioned that right, we could make Nando look like an android. We call him the Nandroid. And if you just move the cat thing just underneath him. And then we've got ourselves the Italian Nandroid. He just goes, boppity, boopy, pizza or pasta. He serves the food and goes, compliance.
But you can say that all you want, but this was actually £6 from Wish. That's why I have two of them.
Oh, wow.
That's really good. So we've got the cat bed from Wish, and we've got the Viking from Wish, and also the pirate from Wish.
A pirate from Wish.
Yeah.
And a Nando's from Wish. There we go.
Oh, Beardo, did you miss out? Chris, get that thing. Show that thing up, Chris. I don't know if Beardo's seen it.
Oh, Beardo. I think I've just thought of this. I think what I shall do is to say thank you.
Look at the size of this. It's huge. It's unnatural.
I have two things I want to give. I have two things I want to give to you. I went to the HorrorCon and I met Nick Castle, the original Shape.
Oh wow!
It's not personally signed to me, but you're most welcome to have that to put on your wall.
Holy shit!
And I did this for you.
I'm the original Shape.
You're some Shape.
Yeah.
You're the shape of spaghetti.
A noodle.
Oh wow! Holy shit! That's amazing.
So one hammer says "have at it," and the other one says "you're banned." So
perfect.
Where does it say "Happy Birthday, Chris"?
Yeah.
Now you've said that, the next one I'll do for him
It's hidden in the braids of his hair.
Yeah. So Beardo, I don't have your address, but I'm meeting up with Parpol in January. So my artwork he's having, I'll give him the photograph and your picture as well. I might do another one for you. Okay, so that'll be all sorted for you in the new year.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
And I'll bring them with me when we're filming that special thing.
Okay, and it is a genuine. I have a.
Is this a private special thing?
Well, I'm wondering if it's Beardo
when he goes out on OnlyFans.
Beardo, you haven't seen what they did to us last week. What they commissioned Chris for? Have you heard about this? Beardo, you haven't heard about this?
No, you're not allowed to know. No.
Yeah, I think you should know because Sheza demanded it.
Yeah, Sheza demanded this.
Oh yeah, I think this will get leaked out somewhere on the line, Sheza. So you might as well go for it. Or shall I say it?
What have you done?
Yeah, go on, Chris, because it'd be interesting to hear you say, Chris.
Okay, so Sheza asked me to do a picture, and you could say it is almost like a bromance. I don't know what you call it really, but it's going to have Beardo and Parpol in the pose of Jack and Rose from the Titanic on the front of the bow. Underneath, it's going to have a figure. I don't know what you call them in front of the ship. Figurehead.
Yeah.
A figurehead of the side-eye guy holding the mask of the Shape, and the ship will be called the SS Debunker.
And the.
You should call it the Spunker for short.
No, it won't be called that. No, you keep out of it. No, if it all goes wrong. And on Jack's hand, it'll be a small thumb to be Mr. Grey. With a
small thumb. No, you should just do a large thumb, like the Hitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's in the works.
So you're not drawing them naked anymore, then, Chris? Like what was discussed last week?
I know
Well,
I asked for a drawing of Beardo.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the Kate pose, draw me like one of your French girls with the stone of the heart of the ocean, with nipples and boobs and stuff, but with your face.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lots.
Fuck knows.
I feel sick, and that's my titties.
They're not. They're Kate Winslet's titties.
Fair enough.
just
So you
your
want
head on
Beardo?
Kate
You want
Winslet's
Beardo though?
body.
Kate Winslet's boobies. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh dear. So yeah. Next week's show is all about Christmas woes and money problems. Trying to keep up with appearances and like buy the best gifts to outdo your family, your siblings, and stuff like that. Not that I'm buying
people.
any Christmas presents because I can't be asked. I'm on my own at Christmas, so I buy myself one. It's fine.
You better buy Nando something.
No, he'd be at his house for Christmas.
You can still have a gift. You haven't got to be there to watch him open it. Don't be so tight.
No, I do.
Oh, speaking of gifts, Beardo.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Why is it always an uh-oh? It's Christmas. I'm not going to be nasty, kind of. You have a package coming in the mail either at the end of this week, beginning of next week. There will be one box that you cannot open unless you record a video of you and your beautiful, gorgeous wife opening it and put it in like mods or something because we need to see you open it.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Oh, what is it?
I'm not telling you.
I'll tell you.
It was worth a try, right?
I've seen 7, so that's
And Rob, you have a parcel coming your way as well, Popples.
Is it the dragon thing you're on about?
Dragon thing?
Wait.
The one that CRL told me about? Apparently you all love it. It's called a dragon and it's multicolored and you buy it off the internet.
No, it's not that.
Oh, damn. I've been loosening up and everything.
Purple.
Hang on. No, CRL said she's getting me the one with the alien eggs.
No, they were called ostrich eggs.
Wow.
So Purple's already seen this, but there's another few Doctor Who fans in the house. So just before...
So I'm not a fan anymore.
Closed down. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
I made that for Purple in work.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
The actual materials and the design were for the Doctor Who experience. We made all the signage and all the design stuff for it.
Oh, wow.
So I just found some of the leftover materials and then made Purple his own
Nando
official thing.
Well, if you get any more material, you can like make me one, Beardo.
The problem is we are now in a factory with CCTV everywhere, and yesterday they were looking for the glass cabinet that's now sat there.
What did you think of the Doctor Who at the weekend, Beardo?
I haven't watched it because I've heard a lot of really negative, horrible. It's like not because of basically everyone's seen his shit. There's no two ways about it. The story was weak. Everything was weak. There's people in there that can act that weren't acting, and I think I'm better off remembering the last Doctor Who that I watched, which was Peter Capaldi.
You are.
That's fair enough. I think the only part I actually laughed at was when Kate Stewart was dancing, because I thought that was quite amusing. To Spice Girls, what the hell was all that about? They could have chose a better song other than Spice Girls.
Look, Lee knows. He can see me boiling over.
Come on, Purple. You must admit, for the 60th, it was okay.
No, for the 60th, it was like somebody had shit in Russell fucking T. Davis's hands, smudged it over paper and gone, that's a great concept for a television show, isn't it? Well, I tell you what we'll do. Let's all throw a fucking ball and that'll save the world.
Yeah,
what do you want about, you mental?
Okay.
Fasten your seatbelts, lads and lasses. Here we go.
His ball
As if it wasn't bad enough, They got fucking Shooty Gatworth to turn into the Mask at the end, take a mallet out of the floor, and then bang one out at another fucking TARDIS with another one. The David Tennant was like, "It's got a jukebox. That's a bit far fetched. I'm going back to the other." No, fuck off.
So, are you still a Hooverian, Purple, or have you relinquished your?
I don't think I liked it.
I was holding out hope, and then Lee was like, "If you watch the trailer," I was like, "There's a trailer." Went on to watch the trailer for the Christmas special. What? They've got dwarf puppet pirates in space,
Goblin.
and then Shooty Cat were running like a weird Oliver across a roof.
Yeah,
it's just weird. No, I mean, no. Leave it a fucking alone, Russell. 26 doctors now. 26 doctors in one universe. Are you taking, not even the proverbial, are you removing the piss from my urethra, sticking it into my eyes and telling me it's fucking raining?
Wow. So next week's Doctor Who special, yeah?
So, Purple, how do you really feel about Doctor Who?
We're not going into it, no. It's sacrilege. Why does there need to be 26 other doctors?
Because the last couple have been shit, and they've got to have 26 fallbacks. Because
but knowing Russell T Davies, he'll have another brainwave, and you'll get Chris Chibnall to write for him. Fucking all. That'll work well, won't it?
Well, let's talk about Christmas. Beardo, what time are you on at Christmas?
I've still got to speak because obviously we've got to take people to the grandparents, great grandparents, and then my parents and. It'll be sometime between that and dinner, so I reckon about 1 p.m.
1 p.m. And then 3 Spires is after you, so then I'll go after 3 Spires.
Yeah.
Cool, that's good. Purple is all fired up now, you are right.
You can hear the turbo thumbs on the keyboard.
I can hear his nostrils flaring.
It's not difficult, you can do that without a microphone with my nose.
He's just emailing Russell T Davis. Your program was shit.
No, because the email will basically just say this.
Oh, dear.
I wouldn't even put kind regards. You'd know I'm pissed off because at the bottom I'll just put regards. That is the quintessential British sassiness.
Them there's fighting words, Purple.
Yeah, it's like Nando when he signs off a conversation, just goes ciao and then walks away.
Also,
he throws a slice of pepperoni at someone.
Also, the manager ring me like one of my old jobs, and he was like, "Are you telling me to go fuck myself when you put regards on the bottom of an email?" I was like, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
Oh, I must remember to do that on my emails then.
Yeah, it's an unwritten rule.
Be prepared to receive one.
Yes, be prepared to receive one.
But no, so if you're doing 1, 3 Spires have said 2, I'll do 3, and then that leaves Wacky to do 4 o'clock.
Cool.
So that gives us 4 hours worth of something to do because we're all bored on Christmas Day.
Have you tried Dutch ruddering?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you tried Dutch ruddering?
What is it?
So basically, right, Beardo knows exactly what this is. Right. So basically, what you do is you and a friend have a little Christmas party, but you both hold your own willy but move each other's arms.
Oh my god.
Or if you're feeling really spicy, you
unfortunately,
could
I am home alone because both my housemates.
So was Macaulay Culkin, and he had a load of fun with some balls.
Hey, Big Rob, if you're on your own, you could Saturday night wrist it.
Yeah.
Sit on your hand.
Sit on your hand.
Completely dead. And then it'll feel like somebody else is doing it.
I don't really want to listen to this from me, brother.
And if you put endless love on by Lionel Richie and Diana Ross, it really adds some soul to it. And what you got to do is you've got to try and beat it. Just beat Diana Ross before she goes, "And I give it all to you." And you've got to finish just before then.
I enjoyed my podcast with you guys, but now I'm thinking just to close the channel down because it's got me. I'm bullied. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm being bullied.
So you're going to call it Rudders and Lovers?
Wow.
Look at him.
Show
Look at him. He's like this.
Self-love.
Is there someone there we should know about? Because you just all of a sudden.
It's that Police Academy moment.
I wish it could be this Christmas every day. There's somebody under there with some cards. I know it's Christmas, and they just came to say, fancy a touch.
No one under there. Wow. So, thank you very much for taking the piss out of me. It's always appreciated, Papa.
You're more than welcome.
It's done with love.
Yeah.
Self-love.
There you go. He's put his hands back behind his head again. You can't stop, can you?
I don't know what to do with my hands. Shut up.
It's a Love Actually Part 2. Bomb Actually.
Rob, they've just held you. Sit on them.
So, Beardo, how do you fancy doing a cook-off in the new year?
Absolutely fucking not.
Why?
He's an eater, not a cooker.
Beardo can't make a decent cup of tea, never mind cook.
I can cook if it comes out of a box and it's beige
From a
and it says
takeaway.
20 minutes. I can do that.
It goes in the
sure we
pocket
can
thing.
sort that.
If you want some
Oh,
chicken
look at
dippers
Nando
and overcooked fries, then I'm all in. But no, I'm not a cook at all.
No.
No. My wife's an amazing cook.
Well, we get Mrs. Beardo on then. That's fine.
So basically, we've got this game, Beardo, where in the new year, we're doing an episode where we're ordering a certain amount of food to another person, and then they have to create a meal live. But Nando can only apparently cook pizza and pasta according to his own son, who doesn't like his Italian food.
So,
I mean, I'm not much better, to be fair.
Yeah, but Nando should be.
It's like when the kids were younger, it'd be like, "God, are you pay hungry? Yeah. Who's cooking? Me. Oh no, we'll wait till Mum gets home." I'm not going to be home till 6:30.
Yeah, but Nando's got the one rule. He's just got, does it put some oregano on it? It'd be better. Like, Dad, it's fucking ice cream.
Yeah, but it's Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah. No, it's okay. They're going about their gelato like it's something special. It's like it's like a Poundland Cornetto, isn't it? Really, gelato.
Oh wow!
It's just a bit shit, isn't it? Really.
Fucking tight.
Don't worry, Nando. It's fine.
Yeah, we love you, Nando.
I was just going to say,
Actually,
just
do you know what?
stereotyping him there, and then he did that.
Yeah, we can't take the piss out of Italians because we have to remember that one of the greatest songs of all time, which is Vienna by Ultravox, didn't make it to #1 because of "Shut Up in Your Face." Legitimately. And that is how your entire nation is known, pizza pasta, and shut up at your face. And what was the one who threw the rose? What was that one?
Which one?
What is it with Waka Wacky? Have you just
Renee and Renata.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, Save Your Love. That's a brilliant song.
Is it though? Or is it just like your only song?
This is national anthem. Stop being so disrespectful.
It is. Them and bunga bunga parties. We know what bunga bunga parties are.
Big Rob's looking decidedly more happier since we switched over to Nando.
Exactly.
He's thinking about his Christmas bunga bunga party. That's why.
Big Rob is like, yes, great. So Waka Wacky said, put a bit of peanut butter on the gelato, and it's 100% better.
I don't understand.
At least that kind of works, I guess.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, that's not the weirdest thing that's come out of his mouth.
No, Nando, do you disagree?
What was that? Sorry, you got translator or subtitles? What was that?
That's the way he says-
Good well.
I'm taking the mick out of Rob the way he says certain words, trying to turn it back on him.
Oh, you're saying tofu because I can't say it. Okay, that's fine.
Tofu.
I'm sorry, Amy.
Basically, the way Rob reads words different, he thinks your name is Biardu.
That's still better than Bredo.
Yeah.
Bredo. I love that.
The amount of people call me Bredo is ridiculous.
Right, let's just say.
Or Disco Santa.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Beardo's other nickname that we're starting from is the Disco Santa because he looks like he could be a great Disco Santa, especially when he's got his balls on his chin.
Calm down, Rob.
Here they come, look, he's jingling.
He's jingling his balls.
Yep, I didn't even use my hands.
I'm really uncomfortable hearing that, brother. Thanks.
That's all right.
Yeah, but Shezza, you should be used to them now.
What, his balls?
No. That's part of me, though. Not balls. I'm not.
Wow. Now I feel awkward as well.
Now I'm quitting this as well. So I'm quitting Beardos. I'm quitting Harmony, but I'll stay with you, Purple, because you're alright.
Oh,
Yeah, but the trouble is, we don't get you in November and December because you're always off presenting fucking I'm a Celebrity.
Well, I can't help it.
Hi, man.
How come I get shouted at when I make jokes like that and then Purple gets away with it?
Because Purple's funny and you're not.
Oh, Doodle, you're fired.
It's alright, I quit.
I've got a message from Beardo for you. Shez.
Thank you.
There you go.
Purple.
Anytime.
He's got my back.
All of it.
We've hit the 2-hour mark, so we're wrap it up for another week because I'm getting.
That's what she said.
So we've.
Did you just say you make me want to join UKIP? I mean, I know I'm a knob, but I've never made anyone want to join UKIP before.
Oh wow! Speaking of which, did anyone see Donald Trump release his thing yesterday for his new?
It's huge. It's huge.
I've actually seen Donald Trump's penis. Just putting it out there.
Do the pubes go over the same way as his hair?
Oh fucking hell!
You know what? Right? Is that day when Donald Trump came on television? He was talking about catching Al Burke Barat, and he was like, and he thought he'd invented something. He was like, "We send in this canine, or as I like to call them, dogs." Like he'd invented the word.
Oh my god!
Oh, you genius!
I will send you the picture of Donald Trump's penis.
Yes, please.
I'll send it to you as well, Rob.
I need something to keep me going tonight. It's been.
I don't want it.
I
don't want it.
Trust us.
There's not enough bleach in my house for that.
Big Rob's going to have the picture and he's going to be like Tony Stark in the first Iron Man trying to make his own Donald Trump cock in the lab. car battery attached to it. I've got a good 15 minutes here.
You'll not need that much bleach. It's not that big.
Oh wow! Yeah, so he's released his new campaign video yesterday. It popped up on my TikTok, and I was like, "How can they let this dickhead run again?" But you know,
because the other one they've got can't get up a flight of stairs without falling over.
That's true, yeah.
But then again, have you read the reports that Boris might be coming back because they want Rishi out, and Boris and Nigel Farage are going to join together?
Oh, well, bye, Nando. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, you're going back home with your pizza and pasta.
I'm okay. Farage has got a French passport.
How crazy did the world get a couple of years ago with Donald Trump and Boris were in charge of the fucking world? That was a scary, scary
A couple of years ago, Nigel Farage has just come third, and I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here.
I know.
This is why I don't watch TV. Were they just trying to punish him or something? Just making him eat kangaroo bollocks all day?
My wife just made me a coffee.
What on earth is he doing?
That's how Purple gets out of a chair.
Purple's the new Davros.
Purple?
Hello?
You right there?
I had an accident. My earphones were too attached and they pulled me back.
We just thought you were doing your Davros impression.
I thought he was going for a full group then on Taika.
No, his arsehole dispenses coffee. Good beans, eh?
Does Mrs. P never come on a live?
She can't. She's contracted not to be able to. She can get fired for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, bless her. Because
Yeah,
always
they're really shitty in the lab she works in.
Purple.
That's why we
Check
get
your
to see the hand.
She sent him a dick pic.
It's not mine.
I should hope not, Shezza.
Don't put it up.
Go on, hold it up to the camera. Let's have a look. Oh my god.
Want to make your ass so great again?
Oh, I'll get that message from YouTube tomorrow. You've shown a naked American president. We're closing your channel down.
Oh, it's all right. I'm sending it to you on Discord now.
Yeah,
My
brilliant.
eyes. My eyes.
It's all right, Beardo. You'll have it in 2 seconds as well.
No.
In fact, I'm going to send it to you first.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Oh
Downloads.
dear. I'm loading up Discord in anticipation.
Right, that's Beardo that's got
I'm
it.
deleting Discord in anticipation.
Does it look like a what's it?
Oh, what's it? Oh,
Mine or his. mine looks like a quaver. It's pale, short, and curly.
no, Amy, it does look a little bit like a It's a quaver.
So hang on one second. I'm just going to send it to somebody who's got some. He's got some secret software. He's got some secret software that can tell if that's a deep fake or not. It's going to peel back the layers.
There's not much to peel back there, is it?
God, that just wouldn't even touch the sides, would it?
I don't know. I haven't been invaded yet. I'm Switzerland, so anything would hurt me.
No, you can slice that up and put it on your pizza. It's a bit of pepperoni.
Sometimes, like a poo that's been waiting for longer than 15 minutes really hurts. I feel a tear come to my eye, and I'm like, oh. And sometimes, I don't know if you get this. I call it ghosty right bum bum. So sometimes you get like a pain that shoots right up your bum. Yeah. Right? It's like, it goes straight there, like fucking hell.
I thought that was
and I thought I was just being bummed by poltergeists.
I went to the doctors about that. I was like,
yeah, it's just a thing.
It feels like somebody's jabbing me, and I don't like it.
Apparently, women get it all the time when they have special time. Not special time, but lady time. Oh. You know, when Aunt Irma comes to visit. But men also get it too. Yeah.
Okay.
Mrs. Parple earlier asked me earlier to remain silent and see how long I could do it for, and then she asked if it hurt, and then I was honest. I said, "Yeah, it does. It's like I have constipation behind my eyes, and it hurts my brain."
Oh God!
It's like a buildup of pressure right here. So basically, it's a fart.
So you basically said your head's full of shit.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. That's exactly what it's like. It's just so much pressure that it hurts.
Yeah.
And then what we get is verbal diarrhea.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Yeah. Oh wow. just a very extreme show tonight. So
wait till the next one.
Really quick.
Wait till S&M Wednesday. Sandwiches and magic, you fucking sickos. I've been practicing my trick and everything. Check this out. Hang on, I haven't got any music. So can someone just like do the it's a kind of magic.
Go on, Beardo, you can play.
Go on, Rob, get your sad pan out. Ready? Check this out. Ooh. Magic.
You did that wrong.
Huh?
You did it
No,
wrong.
I didn't. It's my magic.
You did it wrong.
Weirdo. Honestly, you're like the masked magician, spoiling everything. You are. God.
Hey, haters,
People how
you
people
can
fake
record
ghost
that
videos
and
next.
say that I just debunked Purple.
Yeah, there you go.
Live on a feed.
I once spent half an hour doing a magic trick for this guy in a pub. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew I was going to throw cards at a window at the end of it. One of them stuck to the window, and I was like, fucking hell, I am magic. It wasn't his card, because I actually set fire to his card about 15 minutes earlier in an ashtray. I just took everything that David Blaine used to do and carried it out for half an hour. The guy was so pissed off that I wasted his lunch break, but I thought it was hilarious.
Wow.
Brilliant. Purple, when are you next on?
My period or internet?
Either.
I believe we're on Wednesday, right, Beardo, playing Lethal Company?
Yes.
Yes, we're live on Wednesday playing Lethal Company. And that's what I call these bad boys.
Okie dokie. Beardo?
tomorrow. Sorry, the noodle arm thing just threw me off. Yeah, tomorrow for me.
Cool. No problem. Oh God, here we go.
Say no to crack.
Say that now.
Kids say no to drugs.
They're foam discs.
You end up like Purple.
Oh, God.
Purple, what weight is that?
Feel that in the morning.
30 kilos.
Really? It didn't look like 30 kilos to me.
Definitely was.
No, it looked like about 10.
No, it wasn't. It was 30. Look, the size of that fucking bad boy now.
Oh, you know. Oh, Jesus.
Don't ask why he's got one arm bigger than the other.
They all know. Everyone tells me I'm a massive wanker anyway.
Oh, dear. Nando, what have you got coming up?
Nothing, to be honest. We're quiet till after Christmas now, so it's nice, chilled. Do a few more podcasts with you guys, and that's it for me.
Haven't you got your own podcast as well, eh?
No, not until after Christmas now.
Oh, he cancelled.
So no, I rearranged it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just taking it easy, lead up to Christmas, and have some fun with you guys along the way.
Cool.
And yeah, that's about it, really.
Chris, you got lots of drawings to do.
Yep. I've got a few to do, to be honest. Yeah, so I'll be busy.
Doodle's got loads of fair time because I've just fired her again.
That's all right, Doodle. You're fine. You're doing a great job for us, so it's all right. We love you here.
Yeah, she's a great moderator. She sent everyone penises to show on stream.
Well, what kind of person would I be if I wasn't from Newcastle and sent you dick pics?
Exactly.
Okay.
Who needs OnlyFans or Grindr when you got Shezza in the room?
Exactly.
Best dick pic I've had all night.
I don't know if that was a compliment or a kind of insult.
Just say yes.
Because I will send you dick pics.
So in the new year, we're going to do one on sexuality because obviously with me
You
being...
fancy a bum?
Well, I'm a fairy. As Nando calls me, I'm a fairy. So
I didn't say it like that, though, did I?
Did you not? Would we like to ask your wife about how you describe me as a fairy?
I think he was having one of those moments, Purple. Do you know when he, like, he's talking and you're trying to reason with him, and I'm like, stop acting like a fairy. But it wasn't in the content of that he's a fairy. No, I didn't mean it like that either.
Were you trying to sit him on your Christmas tree at the time?
Christmas
It's all right. You call him the fairy, I call him the hands-free kit.
Yeah. So in the new year, we're doing the cooking. The cook-off will be in January, and then we're going to start the serious podcast again with
the serious ones.
Yes.
Yeah. But just to go back on the cooking one, whoever gets, like, we got to be serious here. You got to be decent with the ingredients.
Yeah, of
course.
Well, we're fucked then, whoever you're buying for, because we know it's getting tomatoes. We're getting tomatoes and pasta.
No, you know, it won't. I'm just scared about he'll send me something in a box and
no, I'll send you some good stuff. It'll all be vegan or vegetarian.
See, that's what I don't. I'm worried about tofu.
I will get.
Send me tofu.
What? Sorry, what? So you mean tofu? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Like, I'm just horrified if I get a bag and it's got tofu in it. It will kill me. I don't
okay,
know.
Rob, let me buy Fernando.
No.
What is tofu? What?
Bean curd. It's a bean curd.
What kind of bean?
Type you flick.
Yeah, I'm going to buy yours because I won't give you a vegan bag. But I'm not giving you any Italian English ingredients.
You'll give me something stupid like a French onion soup to do, and it'll be like
no. You have to decide on the meal, but we'll send you the ingredients. But I'm sending you nothing easy.
I'm horrified.
At least if and we've already agreed we're sending Big Rob Thai fish paste. Yeah, but could you imagine the irony of the fishiest smell coming from the gay guy's apartment?
Wow.
They'll be like, He's having a strange party today.
I think now that Chris and Sheza are pretty much on the lives most weeks, I think they should join in the cook-off as well.
Sheza doesn't cook. The other day, she couldn't be asked to cook for hours. That was so funny.
So I think they need to join in. So it looks like there's 5 of us cooking live.
Yep. We all know what Sheza's making.
Fish and chips.
Looking at Chris's face, thinking, "Shit, how can I get out of this one?"
You can draw the food, Chris.
Draw the food.
Yeah, like Neil Buchanan in Heart Attack. We'll send you a mop, some sponges, 3 hula hoops, and some cloths. And then you've got to lie in the middle like that. Every American is like, what the fuck is that knob on about again now? What is a heart attack? What's a Neil Spunkanen?
Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for all your super chats again this evening. Thank you, Beardo, Sheza, and Amy for coming on the show. Thank you to Purple, Chris, and my brother Nando for being here as always. I love your muscle, Purple.
My muscles fell off.
It
fell off. I had the muscle. It fell off.
And yeah, we'll see you all next week,
Tuesday.
Same time. And go and follow all these guys. All their links are in the chat. Again, another massive thank you to Jay and James for the pre-video that they've done for us. It was much appreciated. Over to you guys. Say your goodbyes.
Bye.
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 Oh, dear. Nando, say bye, you miserable git.
Hey, I'm miserable.
Ciao.
Bye, everyone. Ciao.
Thank you so much for joining us. I apologise about the immaturity level of the people that surround me. Please do join us again.
Motherfucker.
Wow. You're the worst one to say that, but okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
See you guys later.
Good evening. Goodbye.
I'm puppeting raw.